What is going on, everybody? We got we got some mechanicing to do here today. So we're gonna finish up where we started, I guess, as far as with this Mach 1 Ford Mustang, I guess, as far as that we got on the lift. I think the engine's done. Okay, so we got, I did play around, I do remember that, I did play around, I guess, as far as trying to match the color of the engine. Kind of failed, kind of miserably. Failed kind of miserably there, so, yeah, there's that. Why do I got this fuse box in my inventory, though? Hold on a second. Did I not put this back in? Must not have. Let's go ahead and get that back in. Let's see what we got here. So, nope, I didn't put that back in. Let's put that back in. And then we have to get some fuses and relays. Get this show on the road. So I know I still have the rear end of the car to work on. So we'll get that done. Yeah, we got some bad parts on there. Let's get this all stripped apart and see what we got to replace. Looks like our shoes are repairable, as well as the cylinders. Alright, so we did have some stuff that's going to have to be replaced here. We'll check out our inventory once we get this stuff fixed. And that's it. Good deal. Alright, let's go get that all put in. Okay, so the rims are good. We got to find out what kind of tires we need. Or U-bolts. I forgot to put the U-bolts back on. Let me do that real quick. We need the plates and the... We'll be able to strap these puppies around the axle. Okay, so we needed to get tires. So we did get the rims fixed up here. We got to get some tires. What size tires do we need? That's what I needed to check. Oh, I had one rim that was bad. I think that was the front. They're all the same size, I believe, in all four corners. 245, 60, 15. Okay, so we need one rim. And then we got to go to tires. We got to go to the tire shop. And we need this size, 245, 60, 15. There we go. Spend a pretty good chunk of change, I guess, as far as just on tires. Almost 1,600 credits front and back, so that's like almost 3,200 credits just for tires on this car. So we bought it for this much. It's now worth this much. It's not even together. It's not even done. Which kind of gives me... So the fact that the car's not even finished and we're worth this much, that's pretty solid. So I'm thinking we could probably get pretty close to 100,000 on this car. May not hit 100,000, but we'll get closer, I guess, as far as even being in this condition. So doesn't have hardly any interior, needs doors, all that stuff, and it's worth that much already. It's like that's kind of crazy. Let's finish putting our tires together, and we'll get them balanced. I'm not really big on the years, I guess, as far as for the Fords. I'm more of a Chevy guy. But this one is a 71, yep. 71 Mach 1 is what they got it listed as. Now, this is a part of the Ford DLC, so this is the OG, I guess, as far as Ford Mustang Mach 1. We do have one that's in the likeness of it, that comes with the game, which is somewhat similar. It's got the fastback and all that stuff, but this is the OG. This is the OG. Okay, we can get the rear tires put back on this guy. Alright, so we've got the tires on. We got this far, so we got the rear end. Did I get the drive shaft in there yet? I don't think I did. Let's go ahead and get this all buttoned up here on the bottom end. Looks like we need to get some exhaust. Need some exhaust. Okay, now we gotta get all the exhaust. Alright, so let's get ourselves some exhaust. We gotta go. Oh, God. I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry. Let's see. Make sure we got all of our exhaust there. So we need two of these. And I will pay attention, I guess, as far as at least try to. I do have two yellow ones of these in the warehouse, which we're gonna keep this green. I think we're gonna keep this build green, so we'll get two new ones. And two rear mufflers. Okay. Let's put our exhaust in. Now that we bought all our exhaust, let's put that all in. Let's finish this puppy up. Yep, let's get one of those. Those are not repairable. We have a yellow one in the warehouse, but we're going to keep this one green. Let's keep it green. Oh, I have actually 2 of them in there. Okay. Definitely was still want to keep it green. Had to step away for a few. Welcome back here, Jackdaw. Yeah, we're just finishing up our Mach 1 Ford Mustang, so we need a fuel pump. Do I have any more of these in the warehouse? I don't. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we've put a good chunk of change into this money. That's all I can recall. Probably a little bit more than I wanted to, but this is all in an effort to kind of, you know, learn a little something as far as about this Ford Mach 1 DLC. And it kind of gives me some idea of how to create my own car that I've been trying to get into the game. So I got a couple of different renditions that I've been working on in the behind the scenes, and it helps me understand, I guess, as far as what approach I would need to take as far as putting things together. So like one thing that I've come to understand, like you don't necessarily, this is just something I've been playing around with, you don't necessarily have to have the separate fenders. For example, you could take the approach of doing the whole front end as one piece, and you don't necessarily have to have that to where it's hinged to open up as one full piece. So the way the game understands, for example, what is a front end or what's a front clamshell or a rear clamshell, you can have that all be one piece, but the individual parts like the hood can operate independently, right? So these are some of the things that I've learned to understand how the game works as far as getting your own car into it. So when I look at the way these cars are built, as far as in the form of DLC or other modded cars, the fact that, for example, we know the 2012 mod Camaro has the ability to take the rear fender off. Most of the cars that we deal with, like these here, they don't have that. But it is possible, I guess, as far as the way you model the car, to have that be a thing that you can do, I guess, as far as with it. So that's what I take into consideration as to how these other cars are constructed, as to what approach I would take to building my own car to bring into the game. Is that the Cobra Jet you have there? Yes, it is. So I was making the point, I don't know if this is why, part of the reason they call it a Cobra Jet, but these exhaust manifolds are much different design than what we see in standard other V8s. They do look like a Cobra head. You know, this would be the body of the Cobra, and this would be the head. So it looks like it's a Cobra standing up, if you will. I don't know if that's any truth to that, I guess, as far as the design of it, but definitely seems like it. I've also tried to, as of last week, tried to match the color on the water pump and even the transmission to match the engine. It became a little close to it, but it's not perfect, I understand. But just to kind of get some of the parts, I guess, as far as to match, I guess, as far as the engine block. They don't have any way, I guess, as far as to get the color off that engine block. I wish they did. Because then we can make it a true color, I guess, as far as on the other parts. As far as in comparison to the engine. So these are just some things that I take into consideration with the design of the car. Yeah. So we got that all done. So this car did not have any doors. We got to get some doors for it. So we got most of the front end done as far as body panels. So how much have we worked now that we got all the stuff on the underside done? We're now 54,000. We gained another 10,000. So we need to take this window out. Take the windows out. So we got to replace all these. These are bad windows. I got to get some doors. Yeah, we got a good chunk of money into this thing so far. So it looks like they might have a specific... Yeah, so this one's got the Mustang in it. So this is a specific steering wheel for this car. So this is what I'm kind of understanding of, as far as why even the mod cars, why they require certain DLC to complete them, I guess, as far as properly. So that's another thing I've been taking into consideration with the cars that I'm trying to bring into the game. What do you mean by Wednesday? You're not thinking I'll have it done today? Oh, so I think, okay. So I think you're trying to explain to me that it's really slow. 0 to 60 by Wednesday. I think that's what you're trying to tell me. Yeah, so I don't have any performance parts. We kept it relatively stock on that. So as we're gonna get it dynoed, I guess first once we get it all done. But in fact, the condition that we've got it in here, we should be able to do some tests on this thing now. Let's do that. Let's run some tests on it. Yep. Let's see where we're at here. We can get it over to the dyno. Kind of cool. So we should have enough oil in it. It's all spilling over. Yep, we got plenty of oil in there. Okay, so let's get the other juices in it too. While we're at it, let's get the other juices in there. And then we can test this out on the dyno and see what we're getting here. All right. So we should be able to get 370 horsepower out of this deal. We got everything at 100% build on the engine, so we should be good to go. Let's go see what we got here. Hey, she sounds pretty cool. Got a nice rumble. Smootalini got some fluids. Smootalini hanging out. I see. I hear you. Alright, cool. I like to see it, so we can get all 370 horsepower out of it. So we're in a Class D 193 as far as our drag rating. So there we have it. We're able to get all the power, the base power out of the engine. Nothing wrong there. So we do need to finish up the car though. Let's get this back over to lift A. So where are we at now? Yep, so we do have everything but the license plate, so let's check it out this way. So 90% on the body, so if we get the plates on it, that should get it to 100%. So it'd be the 10% I guess as far as on the license plate. I'm not going to worry about that right now, like I said. So let's get this over to the paint booth. And I'll put this up to a poll. I'll put a poll up there just as far as to see what y'all want to see this painted as. Orange with black trim has been voted on. Nice. I'm kind of digging that orange with the black trim too. So I think we'll go with the orange right here. I like the badging on that too, I guess as far as that's really cool. 429 Ram Air. You can see all the air goes through the ducts here to get as far as the feed through the hood. That's pretty cool. Kind of like that design. Really nice looking car. All right, let's go ahead and paint it. The votes have been counted. Nice. That did turn out really cool. And the fact that it's pretty much 100% with the exception, I guess, as far as to the license plates getting put on. And I think we're going to take the approach to just put the one on the back. Just the one on the back when we do. So let's get this back over to lift A. Actually, we need to get this one started. See if this will, see what it sounds like. We did hear it on the dyno. Start her up. Oh, she's got that nice rumbly to it. I like the idle rumble. It's got that crackly rumble. That sounds cool. I like it. It's not bad. Music to my ears. So I guess the only thing left to do, since we already got it dynoed, we're going to take this over to the strip and see what she can do. Now, I'm kind of expecting her to be slow, because it's not a ton of horsepower for a 429 Clover Jet anyway. We got 370. I think that's what we came to that determination. It's 370. It's pretty low in the totem pole, I guess, as far as when it comes to that. Let's just see what she can do. Let's go to the quarter mile. No, we're not going against that. Let's try the Jaguar XJS. Sounds good. See if we can beat this guy. So I don't know. Maybe this is what are the that might be the Jags version, I guess, as far as of this car. Got more of a fastback-ish type of look, I guess, as far as on the back. Man, that thing turned out really nice. That thing looks really cool. I kind of almost want to do, I'm assuming they have a GT500. That's an option. So there's the Mach 1, probably the Boss 302, and a GT500. I know another thing that I've mentioned I would like to be able to find is a Ford GT. Ford GT40. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let's see if we can beat this guy. Sounds good. Sounds really, really good. See what you can do. So like Jack Dog mentioned, it's 0 to 60 by Wednesday. I see what he means. I see what Jack Dog means. It is pretty slow. 14-second car. Oh. I mean, still kicked the pants off. We slept 14 seconds and we still beat the Jaguar. That's funny. This was only a 147. We do need to do a wheel alignment on this thing. Did come to realize that too. Let's try the El Camino. So Ford versus Chevy. Yeah, it definitely needs an alignment. I forgot to do that. So we're in the right lane this time. I'm gonna stay in this view. Yep, she needs a little bit of an alignment. Oop. Oh, El Camino's gonna beat us. El Camino beat us. Damn. Sure did. So yeah, we're pretty consistently a 14.2, a little over 14-second car. At this level. Definitely need to get an alignment on this thing. Let's go back to the house here and we'll get an alignment. Straighten this puppy up here. We might have to put a little bit more oomph into this car. Okay, so definitely need to get an alignment. Let's do an alignment on it. Straighten the wheels up. So move that over to the test path. Oh yeah, she's a little bit out of whack. Let's fix that up. So the only thing that was actually in good condition was the right front there. Alright, now she's all nice and straight. So I'm trying to think. There's part of me that just wants to leave this relatively stock. But there's another huge part of me, I guess, as far as that. So if we were to find like a GT500, I would like to put some performance on that, but not necessarily a Mach 1. If that makes sense. Because I know there's different trims of this, I guess, as far as to do that. So I'm just kind of, might just leave this one stock for now. And put that in our parking garage. And maybe potentially find one that's like a GT500. Or even a Boss 302. That might be an option. But for the most part, stock-wise, I guess, this turned out pretty good. So let's go ahead and put this one away for now. Alright, so we got no other project cars to work on today. We might have to go looking for one. Might have to go looking for one. We do have some scrapping to do. Yep, we definitely got some scrapping to do. Let's get that out of the way. Clear out our inventory and get ourselves some more scrap points. Okay, so inventory is all clear. We got a few more scrap points now. We're just under 21,000, so we got 20,716 in scrap points again. Okay. So, yeah, we got to find ourselves another car to work on. Alright, so we got some things moved around at least. We got our Ferrari out there, rollback's clean, and yeah, we're ready to find ourselves a new project car. I think we're ready to do that. We finished up the Mach 1. That turned out pretty good. So, what we need to do is probably, let's head on over to the junkyard and see if we can find another car to work on. So, I'm hopeful to find like a GT40. The Ford GT40 or a different trim of the Ford Mustang. So we're gonna go check out a barn. Let's go back to the garage. We're leaving empty-handed. Hopefully, doing a couple visits here, we won't be so empty-handed here. Let's see what we can find in the barn today. Crossing my fingers, I guess, as far as for GT40 or maybe in a Boss 302 Mustang. But we had a really good deal on these two parts and our case. Beautiful. So these sections here, I guess, as far as for the mostly for the LS engines, those are like 1,500 credits. So we're getting less than half as much cost doing it this way. That's in pretty good shape too. Let's go ahead and buy those parts and go back to the house. And we can check out the salvage auction. See, the one thing I don't like about salvage auctions is we usually end up spending way more on those cars in the long run. Cool deal. Alright, so now we're gonna go check out the salvage just for the sake of argument and see what we can find there. Let's just see what we can find there. Car auctions. And we'll go to salvage auction. Now, I can say, I guess, as far as we did get one of our Camaros, our 69 Camaros at auction. We did definitely get the one of the first 69 Camaros, which is a mod car. We did get that at salvage, and we fixed that one up. So that's one I can think of, I guess, as far as off the top that I've gotten at salvage. Let's go check it out here. Yeah, so this one's a drag one. We've already got one of these in the garage, actually. We fixed it up. So what are we looking for? We're looking for either like a Ford GT or possibly even a Boss 302 Mustang. Oh, we got one of my test cars. So it actually came up in auction. So yeah, this is one of my test cars. You can see that test car. Let's just check this out real quick and see how this looks. Just for the humor of it. I'm guessing they are in between junk and barn find condition wise. Yeah, so what's kind of interesting as far as the way the auctions work, yeah, they're kind of in between, being from junk and barn. So yeah, it's just an in between. So here's one of my test cars. Obviously, it's gonna be gross, but this is something that I've played around with. So it doesn't have anything that'll open on it. See, but this is how I've come to understand how the different parts are named and how you can apply them. So the rear bumper, you got the rear clamshell. Now, this is what I was saying earlier, I guess, as far as you can have it be a rear clamshell, but you can potentially make it so that the trunk will open separate from the clamshell. So it's basically two different parts, but you have the interacting trunk, I guess, as far as to go on the clamshell. So this is what I was playing around with, I guess, as far as test cars go. So none of this has anything opening on the hood or the trunk. See, these doors should open. Yeah, these doors should open. I should be able to sit in it. Yep. So probably not going to start. Nope, doesn't have any engine oil. Let's see, as you can see, it's very simple interior. Very simple interior, but I was able to get the dials, as they call them, I guess, as far as for the speedo and the torque. You can see how very simple door panel. So I have figured some things out with how to get all the components of the door to open in one unit and not necessarily just be floating. You know, just have the door skin, I guess, as far as float out, and not necessarily the other components like the door panel come with it. So I have figured that out. So obviously not presented in this. So what is the? If I examine it, so it does have all the stuff in it. That's cool. So yeah, most all this stuff that you apply, I guess, as far as in there, is both via the config for the car, as well as in the editor itself, as far as how you apply where the positioning of all these parts for the engine bay are, for example. That's all done in the car editor. So mostly it's just the car body as far as how that's presented, and the interacting parts like the doors and the hood and all that stuff. That's done in the modeling part of it. So you have to model all that stuff. Everything else that's underneath it, you know, as far as the engine and the components for the exhaust and all that stuff, that's all in the editor, I guess, as far as for the game. So I just had to check that one out to see how that one actually presented itself in the game. It is very yucky looking, and that's to be expected. But this is one of my first proof of concept, I guess, as far as getting a model into the game. You can kind of see how that turned out. So actually, this car is somewhat represented after this one. You know, so you can kind of see the similarities. That's what I tried to do, I guess, as far as to replicate how this one is. I guess as far as this is one of the... We can't interact with this one. But this is the game's rendition of a Dodge Challenger, which is a fake Challenger. So I've tried to copycat, I guess, as far as the look of this car into my test car. Again, it was all proof of concept, is all. So you can see how that that resulted. Anywho, we're not gonna bid on this one. Thrift. Okay, so really no cars in the salvage auction or the regular auction today. So what we'll do... Oops. Oh, get out of here. Back. There we go. And let's go back to the garage. So we checked it out there to see what was available. I'm not really interested in any of those cars, quite frankly. Let's see what the junkyard's got going on for today. Alright, let's see what we got here today. Ooh, so we got a brake servo that's out here. Radiator that's not repairable. Let's go see if we can find a brake servo. What's this one? This is a C1. Is that a bare frame? No. Not a bare frame. So this one is a fuel leak. We do have one of these in our garage. Definitely have one of these. There we go. So we got our brake servo and our map. Well, let's go ahead and buy those, head back to the house. And we'll check out another barn. Alright, we're going to check out another barn. Still got over 100. And especially with finding that one at the junkyard there, I guess as far as that keeps us up over 100. We'll take our crate and we'll leave our barn. Make our journey, our visit to the barn, I guess, as far as worthwhile anyway, by finding the crate. Open up our crate. See what we get today. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If you holler, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We'll take that. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If you holler, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I want that one. We're working our way to level 67 at this point. Alright, so we got all of our stuff. I guess we're going back to the junkyard. I might go back to the car auctions, the salvage auctions. Just not right now. We're going to go back to the junkyard and see what we can find. And we'll make an attempt, I guess, as far as go back to the salvage auction, just to see what's going on there. Alright, anything on our list? Nothing on the list. Let's see what kind of cars we got here, though. Alright, we're not worried about the map. So we're leaving empty-handed here today. On that visit. Fix up. So let's check out the salvage auction. Checking out the salvage auction. Camaro. Oh, here's a Ford GT. Salvage auction. Nice, let's check this one out. See, what I really don't like on this, the way they've got this depicted in here, is the really thick sidewalls on them. This makes it look like a moon buggy. Makes it more like a moon buggy. So what would look better on this one is a bigger diameter rim with a lower profile tire. That would look a lot better, I feel, as opposed to that setup. Yeah, we're definitely going to try and bid on this thing. I think where I'm at, based on the condition of this one, but yeah, the engine's in the back. Let me not... Oh, so the rear clamshell, yeah, you can see the hood pins right here. The rear clamshell. So it's not one that's hinged. You have to take the whole thing off there. I don't think it'll let us take it off. Nope. So we can expect it this way, though. See what's in here. Look at the craziness of this exhaust system. That's one thing that's always kind of intrigued me. You know, as far as looking at the reality ones, this is true to life, I guess, as far as how the intricacy, yeah, that's a word, of this design of the exhaust system. This almost looks almost exactly the way I remember seeing them in person. It's nuts. I think that would be the really fun part as far as the engine build on this car, for sure. So this one has small block 289. So this is the standard trim. It's all there. So I don't know what other trims there are for this one here, but yeah, I definitely want to bid on this one. I think this is going to be a fun one. So they got the starting bid is at. Oops, go back to normal. What's the starting bid on this thing? Oh yeah, this is pretty low actually. So I'm thinking, based on the condition here, if we can get it for, I don't know, let's say no more than 50,000. So the estimated value is 31. So I would say if it stays within 50,000, I think we'll be in good shape. That's going to be my, so let's see what we can get it for. 50,000. Under that, that'd be nice. See, this is where it can get crazy. You got to kind of time your bids. Come on, now give it to me. That's getting up to that. No, you don't. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Alright, we got it. Alright, that's not bad. I don't feel like that's bad. We got a pretty good price on this, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and receive it, and we're gonna put that right to Garage. Cool, so we bought ourselves a standard GT40. That's something to work on for today. That's cool. Yep, that's sold. What, anything else in here that's of interest? So possibly if they have... There's another Mach 1. We've already worked on one of those today. They got another trim of Mustang or even another trim of a GT40. Take a look at it. So it looks like nothing else in salvage. Let's check out the regular auction. What we got here? So we got a Toyota GT. We got one of these in our parking garage. I'm going to see what we can get this one for. Because we've got the Revolution, but we don't have a higher-end Tempesta. Let's see here. These are the high-end Paganis, I guess, as far as to get the higher-end Tempesta. Yeah. So pretty much the same. So it's not all carbon fiber on this one here. So our Revolution is mostly all carbon fiber. Whereas this one's only carbon fiber in certain parts here, as far as I can tell. So it's, yeah, our Revolution has a lot more carbon fiber to it. See if this thing starts. Pagani. No engine oil. Son of a gun. That's always a bummer when they don't start. These things do have a very interesting idle to it. Yeah, so again, these are... Oh, this one is hinged. So our Revolution is not hinged. Our Revolution, I guess as far as you have to pull the body part off, I guess as far as to get at the engine. So this one we can actually look at the engine. Kinda. Very interesting design on this thing. I'm gonna see if we can, what we can get this for. An examination. Crazy design. So a lot of this is yellow. Oh, I hate when the cars are like this, where it's just like hardly anything green on this thing. Damn it. What about up here? A lot of stuff in the yellow. So anyway, let's see what we can get this for. If I can get it for the 155, that's not going to be bad. I'm going to wait. Ooh. I'm going to put a bid in. Yeah, this is going to go pretty high. We got a lot of bidders on this deal. A lot of bidders. Gotta get a bid in there somewhere. Come on, baby. Oh! Got it in the last second. Come on. 101. Damn it. Let go of it. It's mine. Oh, you dirty rascal. This is what I don't like about this, but this is the nature of the auctions. Son of a gun, anyway. So they're not gonna let it go. All right, we did get it for that. So we did get it underneath the 155. This is the high-end Pagani, you know, as far as the higher Tempesta. So, you know, we did get it for a pretty decent price. And I think if we fix it up here, we can definitely make it worth at least $250,000. At least that much. All right, so we're going to put this one. So we don't have any more room in the garage. We'll put that in our parking, our project garage. All right, so we got to bought a couple cars here at least. Alrighty then. So we got our GT40, I guess, as far as all ready to go here. But then we also got the Pagani Tempesta, I guess, for that's on the rollback. I put that on the rollback right over here. This is something else we'll be able to work on. Yeah, this is a really nice car. It's got a Great Britain license plate on it. Hyra. Pagani. It's nice. I kind of digging the color on it too. Yeah, so mostly it's going to be refreshing some of the parts up on it, like the body panels and stuff like that. I think that'll get it much more value. For now, we're going to work on our GT40. Standard GT40. So it's going to need a bath. Let's give it a bath. This actually has a servo in it, which is cool. Looks like it might be repairable. So we get a better look at the engine. So it is 4 motors. So I might try and paint the transmission, get it to match, as well as the water pump. It's kind of like we did on the Mach 1. Okay, let's get her bathed up here. It's like I was talking about earlier. I don't swing, I guess, as far as let's just say the femboy way. I don't swing that way. That's not my thing. So that might be a disappointment for you, I guess, as far as sorry, not sorry. Alright. So we have no seat in here. So it's got a very specific. Oh, we can sit in it, even though it doesn't have. That's kind of wild. So it's got a very specific GT40 wheel, I guess, as far as for that. Very specific. That's kind of cool. It's obviously not going to start. Yeah, this thing needs some work. Needs some work. Let's get it back over to A. Diff to A. And let's see what condition of the frame. Where are we at? We're on 1,211,000. 1,211,000. That's our lucky number. Alright, let's go ahead and get this welded. 2,000 to get it welded. Alright, let's get this welded up. Alright, so the only way we can take a closer look at the engine compartment is to take this off. So it's kind of almost like just like the Pagani or Revolution. Yeah, I don't like these tires at all. These are way too. They got too thick of a sidewall. Yeah, we're definitely going to change that on this car. So we'll probably go with a thinner profile on the tire. I might go with the same thickness. I don't know, but probably a bigger rim and a lower profile tire, just to kind of. Yeah, I just don't like how these tires look on this deal. We're going to change that for sure. So it does have a battery. That's cool. Does it need to be charged? It needs to be charged, probably. Let's charge that up. We can go ahead and get that clamshell fixed up, I guess, as far as while we're at it. Let's throw that on the charger. Let's go fix up this rear clamshell. Cool. Anything else we got here? Nope, just want to make sure. So we got the inventory all cleared out to work on this thing. So we're going to have to get tail lights and a window, okay. So we got it welded. So how much more we work now, I guess, as far as now that it's washed and we welded the frame? We can make a whole $60 profit so far. That's crazy. That's the lowest I've seen the profit. Lowest I've seen the profit. So we're definitely in the hole prior to welding the frame and getting it washed. So I guess we'll take all this stuff off. We're going to drain this out. Drain all the fluids. It's all pretty nasty. Miracle in itself. Is this repairable? Let's see if it's repairable. It is. Alright, let's go get that repaired. Get that fixed up. Cool. Put that back on right away. Now, probably what I'll do too, while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these reservoirs. Those are in bad shape. Let's replace those. Pull the radiator out. Yeah, we did take the coolant out, so we're good there. Let's pull this off. Should be able to maybe fix that up. Let's get that all fixed up. Let's go check out this coolant reservoir in the warehouse. So is that going to be in warehouse 1? That is probably going to be in warehouse 4. Yeah, so I'm going to get a brand new one. I don't want to put that one in here. We'll save that for a flip car. So I'm thinking on this GT40 we're going to keep it. At least initially here. This one we're going to keep it. So I want to make this all 100% green. So let's go ahead and order this up. Even though we do have this one in the warehouse. That's in decent condition. Okay, so there's all that. Cool. Let's get the windshield out. That'll have to be replaced. Yeah, so the fact that it has all the body panels to it too, with the exception to the front end. We're gonna need to get ourselves a front end. This, we may try to see if we can track that down at the junkyard, possibly. Let's see how much they cost, out of curiosity. The GT40, so the front clamshell. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and find one of these in the junkyard, and if it comes down to it, we'll see. We'll just have to spend the monies on it. Yeah, we'll do that. So it looks like. So I'm also thinking on this car we want to paint it probably more of a metallic blue. That's kind of more traditional, I guess, as far as for these cars. As far as color scheme on it, that's probably what we'll do. So let's see if we can get some winders. So I think what we'll do, we'll leave this on the list here for that front clamshell and see if we can't find one of those at the junkyard. Let's take care of some other things here before we do that, though. Alright, so. Oh, I've got to put my bug juice container in. Let's do that. Gotta get out of this mode. So, bug juice container, we're going to put that in. That's going to be right over here. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so what else we got? Rear clamshell's been fixed. I'm not going to put that back on yet until we get the engine pulled. Get that engine pulled and get it fixed up. Definitely needs a little bit of help. So it does have the 289. What we came to find. So it is a small block 289. And that's the M is probably for mid-mount, I'm sure. As far as the direction of the transmission and all that stuff. So it has that designation. So we'll probably have to drain this out. And we'll replace this reservoir. Put our battery back in here. Cool. Let's check out our fuses and such. So the fact that it even has the cover on this, that's amazing. Should be able to fix that up, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's take care of our fuses and relays and such. Alright, let's get our fuses and relays. Head back over to this store. Electronics, yes please. So we're gonna leave that on there. So we need 2 of these. So we've already worked on a 429 Cobra jet. So this will be 289 Ford engine. Very familiar with the existence of the 289. I have not worked on one before, I guess, as far as, so this will be interesting, I guess, as far as something to work on, I guess, as far as in the virtual sense. So we need to get the oil drained out. Probably not much in there, I'm guessing. Probably not going to be much oil. Yep, not much in it. What was in there is pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Yeah, so we're definitely going to go over a different size tire on this deal. Particularly on the sidewall. I might go same size rim and just make a smaller, narrower sidewall. See how that looks. So that's definitely something we're going to look into. Let's take our tires off and get this engine pulled. Alright, so we're probably gonna have to take this off. We have to get that from the top side. Okay. We had to do that with the Pagani, our Revolution, so makes sense. We're gonna pull off the exhaust components. But look at the intricacy, I guess, as far as of this exhaust manifold. Just look at that. It's crazy. Look at all the bolts in this thing. Holy mackerel. Go ahead and pull this off. We probably don't need to take this off to get the engine out, but just to kind of get an idea of what's going on with this engine. Very proprietary design on this 289. Alright, now we should be able to pull that engine. Let's get our crane over here and get that pulled out. I get that 289 pulled out of there. Move this over to A. And yank her out. Good deal. There she is. So we're going to get working on the suspension and all that in a little bit. Let's get this engine on the stand. See what we got here. Hello? There. Install. Yes, please. So I really like the velocity stacks on this one here. That's a really classic design as far as the carburetors go. I'm really digging that. So the fact that each velocity stack is actually separate for each barrel of the carburetor, that's freaking cool. That is pretty stinking cool, I gotta admit. So it's not just one piece, I guess, as far as on the velocity stack. Each one is independent for each barrel on it. That is so dang cool. I wish they had that more, I guess, as far as for the other old school engines, because these velocity stacks were definitely available on even GM motors back in the day. The fact that we don't have that, I guess, as far as other than on these Fords, that is cool. I like that. That they're all independent. Okay, so let's take the carburetors out. There's our 289 block. Let's get this over on this bench and get her fixed up. And of course our engine block. Good deal. Alright, let's get this back on the stand. Gonna continue asking some questions. So there's our block. Put our refurbished cam in there. Crank. This I want to paint. So we should still have that on the swath there. Now I know it's not a perfect match, I guess, as far as to the engine color, but about as close as we could get it. About as close as we could get it. So let's go ahead and paint. I want to say it's probably this guy right here. Be the last one that we had. Let's go with that. Okay. And we'll put that on the engine and see what she looks like. See what she looks like. Can't remember if I went gloss before or if it was matte. Sure, it was gloss. Yeah, so it's not perfect on the color, but we'll go with it. I know it's not perfect, but don't yell at me. I know some of you are yelling at me. It's like, get it right, get it right. So let's put these exhaust manifolds on. Yeah, I want to see what we can get in the way of engine swaps. So if we can put a different engine in here, that would be cool. Let's take a look here real quick. Now look at that. Having that back end off of that, look how silly that car looks. Hardly nothing to it. Let's see what we got here. So we can do... Nope, this is the only engine we can put in this one. So we'll probably have to find, if you want to be able to put a different engine, we'll have to find one that's not a standard. So this one's just a standard GT40. They got other trims of this car. So we'll probably have to find those other trims, I guess, as far as to get a different engine. So yeah, this is the only engine we can put in this one. It's the 289 small block. So, kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. If anything, we could potentially put some performance parts on it, if need be. Let's get this pulled off. Now, we need to fix up the back end here so we can make a nice new home for this engine to live in. And I'm going to take this water pump off. We got to take belt off. Now I'm curious.
Nope.
Nope. Is it going to be a nope? Is that indeed? We're going to find out here in a second. We're going to go ahead and paint this water pump with that new color and see what we get. So let's find our water pump. Yeah, so we painted this deal here, but that's just gonna, we're gonna scrap that out. That was just for test. So where's the water pump? What's gonna be on here? Whoops, I passed it. Water pump right there. Okay, let's get this painted. I can definitely tell that's just too light. So that should stand out a little bit more on our swap there. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad to know which one it is. It's a little bit darker, which I kind of figured. That looks dark on this thing here. Little gloss. Okay. Let me make sure everything is set right. 84. Yeah. Alright, let's paint it. To me, that just looks dark, but we'll put it on there and see. Put it on there and take a look. So I wonder if it'll look better gloss as opposed to matte. Let's see what we got here, though. Actually, to me, this still looks dark, but it definitely looks not bad. I think that's pretty close. It still looks like on the dark side to me, but I wonder if we were to paint it matte, then it wouldn't be so dark. So I'm kind of curious here. Let's see. Let's do an unmount. I'm gonna try it in a matte instead of gloss, and just to see what that does. Let's see here. Purdy pink? No, not pink. That's your thing, not my thing. Let's see. Water pump, that's gonna be all the way to the end. I'm gonna try not doing it in gloss and see what that does. So let's go matte. Still looks dark to me, but let's just see. We had to know. We had to know. See what it looks like in the gloss, or the matte, I should say, as opposed to gloss. Or change the hue to lighten it up a bit. Maybe. And I just feel like it's still a little too dark. I mean, it's closer, for sure. Let me see here. Let's see. Let's do a little adjustment here. I wish there was a way to go to the left and just go all the way to the end. Pretty cool. Alright, so we need to go here, there. Alright, let's see. I want to go into... That was 208. We originally had it at a 204. Maybe something like that. 204, 86. See what this does. Let's see what that does. And that's still in matte as opposed to gloss. Again, it's not perfect, but we'll go with it. I think it's a little bit closer. It's definitely a little bit closer. Still feel like it's a little too dark, though. We'll go with that way for now. We'll eventually get it, like, perfect. I guess as far as at some point. We'll get her perfect at some point. Yeah, that's not terrible. I think that's doable. It adds character. Oh yeah, for sure. So you tried 200? Is that what it was? You tried the 200? I don't think it looks horrible. It definitely looks better than just having it not painted, let's put it that way. Alright, so I think we're gonna go with this for now. So I think when we do the transmission, we might try the hue at 200. We'll see. Yeah, it doesn't look horrible though. Let's take this off. Alrighty then, so let's get our rear end put back together. So we got our knuckles. Get those, oh, hard to see those parts. So we got knuckles. We got everything in there. Let's bring it down. Yeah, I was thinking we're gonna paint this thing like a metallic blue with maybe a white racing stripe on it. That's more of a classic look for this car. I think that's what we're gonna go with. So we need our engine crane. Get this engine put back in. There's brandly newly rebuilt 289 with the velocity stacks on it. Looks super killer. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What did I do? Put that back in there. Oh, I meant to move this back. There we go. Move it back. Thank you. All right, sweet. Check that out. All right, so now what we got in here is to put the exhaust on it. We're gonna need a new exhaust. Let's do part mount. Yeah, this one here we gotta replace that. That's no go. That's too yucky. So we got a new muffler for GT40. Kind of pricey. Makes sense though. It's pretty proprietary. So we forgot to put the transmission in. I want to paint that first before we put it back in. I'm gonna try that different hue, I guess, as far as on that to match the engine block. Let's do that real quick over here at the paint booth. Gearbox, where is that? There it is. Let's paint this up, and we're gonna mess with. We got so many different temps here trying to get at this forward blue. We are gonna keep it matte, but let's go here, and I'm gonna change this to 200. Try 200. That's what Jack Dawes said he'd mentioned there. We'll try 200. 200. Paint it. See how close we get that way. Sweet. Slap this on the back of the. I don't know if this would be considered the front of the motor or the back to be in a mid mount. I guess as far as for 289. Might be just turned around. That's good to be all it is. So let's mount our transmission. I still feel like that's off in the color, but we'll go with it. Still doesn't seem quite right to me. It's not a perfect match, but it's close. Not a perfect match. We'll go with it. Yeah, at some point we'll get it perfect. We'll get it perfect. So we got the transmission, and we also painted the water pump. Just to kind of match that. Let's get our drive axles back in. And we're going to play around with some tires on this thing, because I don't care for the sidewall on these. I know I feel like I've probably said that over and over again, but I really don't like the sidewall on these tires that currently came with. Let's get these separated. Yeah, see, they're just too thick. Way too thick. We want two of them, so we're going to go 315 on the back. 31, nice wide tire. And we want to go, I'm going to say 40 on them instead of 60 on the sidewall. That'll be the side profile. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. If I don't like these, I can always try something else. But I think that'll be a little bit better, look a little bit better than what was on there. I think that's gonna look a lot better. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's do some of that spot. There we go. Honky donkeys. Yeah, they were honky donkeys, I guess, as far as originally. But I feel like taking some of the sidewall off of it, I think it'll make it so they're still going to be wide tire, just not quite as chunky on the side. Oh, forgot to balance them. I knew I forgot something. Alright, now let's see what I'll do. So the only way to probably make this look halfway decent is to put the rear clamshell back on it. Just really see. I don't think it'll do it justice leaving the rear clamshell off of it. I kind of like that so far in comparison to the front. Okay, let's put the rear clamshell back on this here and see what we got. Ooh, yeah, see, that might be a little too narrow. So I want to fill up the fender well, I guess, as far as a little bit more, because as far as just not quite as much as it was. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do y'all think? So should we keep it that way, or should we go closer to this? I definitely don't want to go with the 60, I guess, as far as originally. It just looked too fat. It makes it look like a moon buggy. What do y'all think? So what I'm looking at as far as like how much it fills the fender well. 315, so we'll go 50 on it. So that's 10 less than what it was originally. See what that does. So that's gonna be... Well, let's get those, we gotta get these separated first and get the new ones on there. Yeah, 55 I don't think it would be enough. I think it would be still too fat. That's what I think anyway. I think 50 will be good. Nice, you know, in between. I guess as far as the 40 that we just tried and the 60. Take that out. All right, let's get these put back together. Now we want to make sure we get the 50s on here. Yep. All right, let's get them back on there and see what we got. So basically, just 10 less of what we had. Yeah, these rims look really good. I like that with the spinner on there like that. Center cap. Really accentuates, I guess, as far as the 5-star pattern on the rim itself. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yeah, I like that a little better. So it doesn't quite fill it up completely, I guess, as far as the originals. But it still adds a little bit of meat to the sidewall. I like it better. Alright, we'll go with that. So what we'll do is we'll sell these two. I don't want to keep those. Get rid of those. We'll probably need to buy a little bit narrower ones on the front. So basically the same size, only a little bit narrower. Let's see what we got on here. Yeah, it's Mo Betta. Definitely Mo Betta. Okay, let's go get these over to the bench and see what we can get repaired on the front end components. Calipers. I am going to need to get some front tires, as far as for that, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Some of you be like, you should have left it on there. It's like, it's the wrong size anyway. As far as for the fronts, I think the fronts have got narrower. They're narrower in the front than they are in the back. Okay, so we got our backing plates. A little bit of symmetrical reconstruction. So just go with a 50 sidewall instead of a 60. So keep it a 15-inch rim and all that good stuff. So let's get these tires pulled apart. Rims look like they're refurbishable, just like the rears, so that's good. Okay, let's get them back on the car. Yeah, we could probably, you know, we're thinking of road race, you know, being a track car, I guess, as far as we might try this out on the racetrack. We'll probably get it checked out on the dyno too, I guess, as far as, but yeah, I think it might be more better, I guess, as far as to try this out on the racetrack. Doesn't look terrible. Looks actually kind of cool. Because you want the beefier meats, I guess, as far as in the back anyway. We'll keep it that way. I think it'll be fine. Yeah. So we do need to find a front clamshell, I guess, as far as for this deal. And I think we're going to check out Junkyard, see if we can find one. As opposed to just paying full-blown retail, I guess, as far as for it. Yeah. What does that got here? The heck are these right here? Interesting. Interesting. Look at the way these doors are, as far as the handle on them. They got like, you just slide it, so you don't lift it up or anything like that. You just slide it. So it pulls the latch, I guess, as far as out of the jam. That's wild. Look at how good that engine looks, I guess, as far as through the trunk window. Fancy. So we do need some tail lights. Let's get some tail lights here. Why is it not putting it on the list? Tail lights. So wait, we still need. Hold on. Oh, that's the license plate goes there. That's a kind of a dumb spot for the license plate. Right over there. The heck, dude. Okay, let's go to this store. And we need some tail lights. So that's going to be for the GT40. Yeah, so we need tail light and tail light. Cool. We can take off our list, I guess, as far as the tires, because we already got those taken care of. Sweet. Let's put our tail lights in, though. Yeah, I don't like the positioning of that license plate, if I'm being honest. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, dang it. What the frick you doing, dude? That back on. Just jumped out of assembly. Do that. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I don't like the placement of that license plate at all. Alright, so anyway, we got this. We got to find ourselves a front clamshell for this thing. Let's finish up buttoning up the bottom end. I think, did we get it all done? I guess maybe we did. Yeah, we got that all, that's all done. Fuel tanks are in. Yeah, I think we're good. All good. All good in the hood. So yeah, I think we need to look for front clamshell for this thing. Let's do that. Yeah, that looks looking really good so far. So let's check out a junkyard. Let's do a junkyard visit, because first you can find this front clamshell. Anything on our list? Nope. So we got no front clamshell here today at the junkyard. That's a bummer. So I'm not even going to bother looking through it. We're going to go ahead, check out a barn. Let's go check it out again real quick, as far as to see. So I kind of failed myself there a little bit. Oh, don't even have to worry about that. So there is a front clamshell that we can find that's repairable in this visit. So I guess that worked out. So now we just got to find it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start all the way in the back corner. We're going to walk through here and see what other cars are here, and work our way back to the front gate. Take it a little bit different approach to this. We did get, in fact, battery module and our front clamshell, which is a huge fraction of the cost, I guess, as far as for, as we came to find, it was like $1,400, 1,400 credits, buy it brand new with our discount. So that's huge differential there. So let's go ahead and go back to the house. We'll fix this up on the bench. Definitely don't want to break that thing. Alright, so we're good there. We'll get this up on the car. Car is going to get repainted anyway, so we'll just go ahead and slap her on. Doesn't matter what color it is. So we're going to need... Oh, what are these things? What are those things? Is that where you fill the fuel? Because the fuel tank is right there. I wonder if that's how you fill the fuel tanks. That must be how you fill. That's the filler. It's got a tank on this side and on the other side. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that must be the fuel. Interesting. Okay, so we need some mirrors. Yeah, definitely not going with that color, I guess, as far as on the car. So probably more of a metallic blue with a white racing stripe. Okay, well, so let's get ourselves some mirrors. So that's going to be on this one. Sweet. Mirrors, and then we got some headlights we got to get yet too. Still got to do some things on the interior. So let's get ourselves left headlight, right headlight. Okay, cool. Let's go here. Yeah, let's get one of those. One of these. Slap those in. Cool. Yeah, so this color here, I guess, as far as it looks a lot better. So it's in the shade with the purple. I like that better, I guess, as far as in the purple itself. Okay, so we gotta do some stuff on the interior. do some stuff on the interior. So we gotta go interior. We'll do a dismantle. So we're missing the driver's seat altogether. Alright, let's get some new ones of those. All that's done. Let's go ahead and do some tests. Guess I got a little too carried away putting the front clamshell out of the way. Take that back off for a second, so we gotta do some tests on this engine. Alrighty, we didn't miss anything. Gonna go right into the tests. It's a good sign. And the only thing we got left, I guess that's it. Yep, that's all the ones we can do, because we don't have an OBD on this thing. So that's all on record there. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So let's check our status. So we are now worth 95,000. We got it for 33 at the auction. We put... I know we didn't put that much in parts. 30,000 into it? No, that can't be right. So that's just the value. No, we definitely didn't spend that much, I don't think. At least anyway. Because a lot of the parts were repairable. But, not bad, I guess, as far as considering it's as far as what we got it for. Get a nice little profit. It's enough, no, we didn't make a killing on it, but definitely need to put the rear clamshell back on. To include the glass. Oh, I guess we didn't get that replaced. Let's get that replaced. Let's get that replaced. Let's go back to here. Bodywork. GT40. Get our new trunk window. Okay. There we go. Now we gotta get our taillights back in. I do not like the placement of that license plate at all, so we'll probably leave that. Oh, dang it, I did it again. I did that before, too. What the heck is up with that crap? What the frick you doing? Did that to me earlier, just as far as where I was trying to put that taillight in, and it just goes back into, it gets out of assembly mode. Crap. There we go. So that's the only downside I see with this design, but I think if it were to keep all the parts together, I guess as far as from that, taking the clamshell off, that'd be nicer, I think, but that's just wishful thinking. Alright, so anyway, we got that back together. What are we at as far as overall condition? 93% on the body, so that's probably going to be the plates. So parts are still at 99. Okay, so we got to look at our list here and see what we don't have at 100%. Something's not at 100%. So rear license plate. Oh, power steering reservoir. Yep, I forgot about that. So we got to take this back off. Kind of a pain, but we'll work with it. So yeah, we got to get that power steering reservoir back in there. That 1% for that. So we need to buy one of those. Let's go back to this store. No. Okay. And we gotta get all the juices back into this thing here. Get all the juices in here. Let's get some juices in there. Cherry juice. Motor honey, all that good stuff. Sweet. Alright, there she be. Now we should be able to start this puppy up now. Got all the juices in it. What the heck? Let me in. Cool deal. It's got a very interesting idle to it. Sounds mean. Cool, so she starts up, that's good. Good sign. So now what we need to do is get this over the dyno. And see what we got out of this thing. So it's 100% green build on the engine. So we should be able to get all the power out of it. So I'm thinking it's going to be less than 370. 335. That's probably about right. I figured it was going to be less than the Cobra Jet 429. Let's see if we get all the power out of it though. Sounds pretty good. class D249 at the base. So we got all the power out of it. That's good. She's got a really nice idle to it. I like the idle. Alright, now, with all that done, got her dynoed. Let's get this over to the paint booth. And let's get that classic blue metallic paint on it with the white racing stripe. We might even have a livery for this. We'll see what's going on here. Let's paint the car. I'm thinking that. Let's go metallic though. Oh yeah. That looks good. So let's do liveries. Nope, we don't want that one. There we go. White racing stripe. That's like classic look right there. GT40. That's a black one, and that's none. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one right here. That one right there is classic. Sweet. Let's go ahead and paint that. Nifty. Yeah, that turned out really good. Cool. Now it's only thing left to do, I guess, as far as to take this over to the. Okay. So what is this deal here then on the floor? So that's just access to probably get to the fuel pump. I'm guessing. There's a fuel tanks are right there, but yet we got the fillers. The fuel fillers are actually right here. Right there. That's interesting. A lot of detail in this thing. I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. All right, let's. Want to get this over the track and see what she can do though. Drive it. We're gonna take it over to the test track too. Over the racetrack, I should say. Anywho, let's see. Let's do some practice on here in the corner mile. Ooh, we get to go against a High Boy Model A. So Ford gets us Ford. High Boy Hot Rod. Let's try that one out. See what this thing can do. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it because in comparison to the 429 Corvajet Mustang that we had, it's like Jack Daw put it, I guess, as far as it's from 0 to 60 by next Wednesday. So I'm kind of considering the same thing for this one. I feel it'll be kind of the same deal. Alright, so we'll see if you... Oh, we forgot the wheel alignment. Got the wheel alignment. It's kind of the same deal as with the 429 Corvajet. It's like 0 to 60 by next Wednesday. Or by Wednesday. That's funny. Still a 14-second car. Relatively, as far as the same as the Mach 1 Mustang that we tested. We need to get this wheel alignment done on this car. Let's go back here real quick and get a wheel alignment. There we go. Nice. That looks really good. This is a cool looking little car. So even the way the doors are, as far as it's got that wraparound on the hood, you don't hit your head getting in and out of the car. Okay, now let's try it that way. Let's go to the racetrack this time. So we got a rough idea of what to do there. It's pretty much the same as what the Mach 1 Mustang can do. Okay, let's see what we can do at the racetrack. Alright, here we go. Gotta shift it. Well, let me shift. Handles pretty nice. I like the way she handles. Woo! Probably need to put some slicks on it, probably. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh, that hurt a little bit. Oh! There goes the paint job. I lost my way here. Where am I at? Wait, we gotta go. Like it's gotta go this way. Ah, that one took paint job. Yeah, no damage model, I guess, as far as on this thing, but get back into cockpit. There we go. That's just poor driving on my part. That has nothing to do with the car. But I think it could. You probably use some slicks on it. Definitely could use some slicks on it. Oh, I did it again. This corners kind of sneak up on you. It's not like this is a really hard track. It's just corners kind of sneak up on you. Yeah, I think it definitely needs some slicks to run on a racetrack. Woo, easy, yeah. It's a little slippery, I guess, as far as with these sport tires on it. Oh, I went around the Jersey barrier. That's funny. Yeah, definitely. Alright, I've had enough of that. I think. Stop! I want to stop. Yeah. So let's do return to garage. So I'm thinking on this one here, folks, I guess as far as I could probably use some slicks on it to make it a better runner, I guess, as far as on the racetrack. So yeah, let's go to the quarter mile here and see what we got here. So we can go against the fake Camaro, Chevy Camaro, I guess as far as this is the game's rendition of it. It's not a bad rendition of that Camaro in comparison to the mod Camaro that we have. It's very comparable. But let's see if we can beat this guy. Let's see what's going on here. Now we know this thing is pretty slow. It's probably slow like molasses, but oh, he's right there. I kind of dig the talk on this thing. It's got that. It's all colored in there for the red line. That's pretty neat. So we got the better part of a 14-second car with this one too. Pretty decent reaction time there. Yeah, now let's run straighter, I guess, as far as it's a lot better down the line. So we got a Mazda RX-7. Let's try this one. Let's do a couple cars here, and we're going to wrap this up here pretty shortly, folks, because I'm starting to get hungry. My rumbly, I got the rumbly in my tummy. Takes it a little bit to get up to speed. You could probably definitely use a performance transmission. It's got a nice sound to it though. Yeah, we slept there big time. But yeah, so pretty consistent, I guess, as far as a 14-second car with this setup. Let's do one more. Now let's do this. I think the Lamborghini with that V12 is gonna beat the pants off us, but let's try it. Yeah, that V12 power. Let me have the motor for a few hours. Make it go fast. Oh, I can make it go faster. Yeah, if we put the performance parts on it, for sure. I just like to feel it out, I guess, as far as to see what it can do, I guess, as far as at its base level. And then it's gonna go from there. I don't doubt that you could probably really tweak on this thing. Kind of figured that V12 would beat this. I mean, it's 8 cylinders against 12. I mean, come on now. So, ooh, actually, we cracked the 14-second mark. Nice. Nice. All right, cool. So at least we know what we got with this one here at the base level, with no performance parts into it. Had a fun time with this car. So we finally got ourselves for the GT40. I don't know what other trims that are available, I guess, as far as for the GT40. So much like the C8 Corvette, if it has like a Hennessy and a Stingray, and all that stuff, if there's something that's a little bit more beefy, I guess, as far as for lack of a better way to put it, on the GT40, we'll have to see. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled, I guess, as far as to see if we can find one. Because we know, like, the Ferrari has the GT, it has the standard. For example, the GT40's probably got another variant, I guess, as far as of it too. But this one didn't turn out too bad. I like the look of it. I like the color. Just the whole thing. Yeah, the tires going with this side profile, it definitely looked out pretty good. I'm happy. I'm happy with how it turned out. So we did finish up the Mach 1 Mustang, as well as found ourselves a GT40 to work on today. Had a lot of fun with that. I am going to go ahead and do all the scrapping as far as in the off stream. Nice. So we did build the one Yamaha EV concept car, I guess, as far as that we have in our garage. Those things are incredibly fast, I will admit. We may get into building one of those, I guess, as far as at some point. I don't know, maybe we'll do that on Wednesday, for whatever Wednesday, when we get back into this game next. Yeah, we'll think about that. We also do have that Pagani, I should say, standing around. So this deal here that we bought at auction, we got this to work on there. So this is a Pagani Hyra Tempesta. So this is like the high end of the Paganis in comparison to the Revolution that we already have in the parking garage. So we got that to potentially work on for Wednesday, and whatever else we can come up with. So once again, folks, I guess, as far as I hope you did enjoy this rendition. And if you want to see more of this here on the channel, definitely make sure you hit the follow button on the channel. Can't say that enough. I guess, as far as I appreciate all the support, I guess, as far as that y'all giving me. This is my first foray, I guess, as far as into the Ford DLC. So I know Jack Dawes got plenty of experience with that, so I have always appreciated, I guess, as far as the insight, I guess, as far as on that. We did play around again too, I guess, as far as with trying to replicate, I guess, as far as that engine block color. I think eventually we'll get it right. We'll get it perfect, I guess, as far as to the point, and have it in our swath to be able to paint the Ford parts, I guess, as far as for the engine and such. We're going to send this off to somebody on the Ultra the Stream. So feel free to stick around, I guess, as far as for the Ultra the Stream. We're going to raid on over. And hope you all have a marvelous rest of your Monday. Maybe not quite so moist. And we'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.